What's up, guys? Welcome to Coaster Maniacs. It's that time. We're in the VIP lounge. Today we're here with big-time YouTuber Arcade Matt.
What's up, guys? Hello. Thank you so much for having me. This is awesome.
Oh, the honor's all mine, my friend. It's awesome to being able to talk to you. How's it going?
Doing really well. How about you?
Really hot here.
Yeah, same here. It's just been brutal.
It does not normally get this
July,
hot.
Man, it's whew.
It's already towards the end of July. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's nuts.
The time's going by quick. Let me know if you guys can hear us in the chat. I never know. Like, I had one video I did where, like, the first 5 minutes I was muted. So
I always tell them type the number 1 or type the number whatever. Type the number 1 if you guys can hear us.
Type the number 2 if you can't hear us.
Right. No, don't say that because then they'll be typing 2 to. Well, if they typed it, then they could hear you. So.
Exactly. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Danielle. Shout out to every new person in the chat. I love every single one of you.
I recognize some of these names. We got Brent, Jess, Queen of Kings.
Queen of Kings. So what a lot of people don't know about Coaster Maniacs is Coaster Maniacs is a big-time wrestling fan, big-time thrill seeker, and also a big-time arcade guy.
That's awesome. Hey, that's what we like. That's great. That's right up my alley. Coasters and arcades. I mean, holy crap. That's awesome.
So I'm gonna start here, but I got a question that I've been dying to know. Like, how did you get your start on YouTube?
So I signed up, believe it or not, in 2006.
Wow.
That's a long time. And
wow.
There were no ads. There was not. I miss those days. Like, honestly, I miss those days. I'm gonna be blatantly honest. I miss those days. I love it now, and I love I'm so thankful to be where I'm at, and thankful to all the people that followed me. Like, without them, I wouldn't be here, and all their support has just been amazing. But there's times where I look back and I'm like, man, I miss the old days of YouTube. You know, there was none of this drama. There was none of this, all this worrying about, like, you see when you monetize, there's 50 million things you got to check off, and it's just so insane. But yeah, 2006 I signed up, and no ads, no nothing. It was just a hobby. If you go back, and my older videos are still up, I uploaded random skits. They were just like Home Shopping Network spoofs and stuff, and then I did some other random things. But it varies, just stupid, the dumbest things ever. And but arcades have always been a passion of mine, and a full-size claw machine, like a real claw machine for my house. I saved up. I'm like, I'm gonna buy one of these things. I want to buy one. I'm like, I've always just wanted one. So I saved up cash from my only job I had. I was a cashier at CVS, and I saved up in this little pretzel jar. I saved up cash, like $500 in cash. I saved up for this thing. Found a guy on eBay that had one. He shipped it to me, and about a year or two later after I got it, I think I did my first original tips of the claw machine video. That's what kind of kick-started the channel. I think I did other just random arcade stuff before that, but it would be like a 1-minute video of me at the claw machine maybe winning one thing, and that would be it. It was just literally nothing. And so I started getting really good feedback from the tips of the claw machine video, and then I had the idea of, well, why don't I go out to the arcade and film myself playing and giving tips in the arcade to show that I'm not BSing. And that's kind of where the channel grew from there. Yeah,
I mean, going back to 2006, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's all.
and so I stumbled upon your channel. We were talking about this right before we went live. Honestly, I don't really remember. I just remember looking up like claw machine stuff because, like you, I still am at that point where I want a claw machine in this house. But I just celebrated my 10th year anniversary with my fiance. I have a funny feeling if I get one, I won't make it till 11.
Maybe in the future, you never know. I'll tell you what, though, they're more affordable than ever. You can find, especially now, like Facebook Marketplace is a good thing. I found my current one. I've went through a couple. I don't have the original one that I had, the red one. I got rid of that because it had problems. But I have a big choice claw machine in my living room, and I'm never getting rid of that. It works like a charm. The company that made it's still in business. It's the identical machine that I remember playing when I was like 6, 7 years old. That really lit the fire for my channel. Lit that obsession inside of me for those games, and I have that. So that's like to be able to find that exact one was insane. But I found it I put a wanted ad out on Craigslist with pictures. I'm looking for this type of machine. A guy maybe like a half hour, 40 minutes away from me had one, and it was like, I'm like, oh my god, this is it. I gotta get this. And so I got it. But yeah, there you can find, like Facebook Marketplace, all that. People list them a lot more. It was harder back in 2006, because you had like eBay, and the community wasn't as big for the whole amusement thing.
I just saw one on eBay actually this morning for like $700 for, I forgot what brand it was, but it was for like a 40-inch one.
Okay.
They were claiming it to be like one of the giant ones.
Okay.
$700.
That's not terrible. You can get a smaller one like mine that's like the regular size ones for maybe 400, maybe 500.
Good Pal Moto2 channel wants to know what your lighted sign behind you says.
Oh, you can't see it. It says game room. It looks really too bad it's overexposed. Yeah, it's I got it. I don't know if I could direct the light here. Nah, yeah, I got it at Main Event. It's a LED sign. It says game room, and it has a little triangle like with billiard balls in it. I guess supposed to simulate, so it flashes around.
If you get a claw machine, you can do the Toy Story Martian. Ooh.
Yeah.
No,
Toy Story, one of my favorite movies, by the way.
I love claw machines, man.
Toy Story 4. Oh my god, the saddest thing ever. I thought 3 was sad. Whew. It gets worse.
Yes, it does. So I was there from when you went to a convention, and you had a claw machine set up there that was free to play.
Yes, the Little Diamond claw
Yes.
machine. Yes. Yeah,
I was there for that.
Oh, you were there for that.
Oh no, I was watching. I was.
Oh, okay.
I wish I was.
live streaming. I was live streaming at the one. Okay, yeah,
Yep,
I
yep.
remember. Okay, yeah.
You gave everybody a prize. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, the Little Diamond. I still have it. I'm actually in the process of trying to hook that up to the internet so people can play it. This guy I got in touch with him. He has the world's first like online pinball machine that you can play. It's tough because there's lag, and with pinball you have to have like millisecond reaction time. But it's really cool that he was able to do it. So he's sending me a kit within the next couple months, and we're gonna try and hook it up. And he has like the whole website made, which is nice. And then I can put whatever I want in it, prizes, whatever. You can charge whatever you want or whatever. Like, it's insane. The amount of customization is crazy. So hopefully soon with that.
I've been watching the channel for a few years now, actually. I would say about 4 to 5.
Wow, nice. Thank you for the long time support. That's awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Back then it was the same channel but under my personal name, so I switched it over about 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
But like I was the biggest wins I had was, you remember during December Christmas time with the reindeer, Grammy Green reindeer? You had to collect all of them to get the Rudolph. Yeah. So I would go to my local Walmart, spend about $20 to $30, and got 2 sets. And like completely.
Wow, 2 sets! Holy crap!
Completely, like I had to get 2 garbage bags full. I was, I had to, like, people were at the door, like, are you gonna pay for those? Like, I'm like, I was over there the last half hour winning all of them.
Oh, jeez.
And it got to the point where, like, I never saw the vendor come in and, like, put anything in it, but, like, me and the vendor, we never saw each other, but we definitely had a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Because my goal when I was playing the claw machine, like, your channel got me back into it. I was into it as a young kid and loved playing it, and used to win, like, odds. Like, people would be like, hey, this kid won 2 things walking down, the aisle of a grocery store. Like, people are like, oh, you can't win those are rigged. And then here we go, I win 2 things, stuff like that. And once I started watching your channel again, maybe started liking it, and I ended up playing it again and learning the ins and outs. And I got into it again, and it was my goal to basically win things out of this machine at Walmart, and
Nice.
basically around my town, like beat the vendors
Awesome.
and give out. I give out a lot of my prizes to kids and stuff.
That's great.
So-
yeah, I try to do that too whenever they're around, and it's
Yeah,
because like I play for the thrill of the win. I don't care what I'm
Exactly,
winning. Like,
exactly.
People are like, why is he so excited over this stupid little generic plush toy? Like, they don't understand. Like, I play for the thrill of the win. I could give a crap less what I'm winning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like back when they had like the Five Nights at Freddy's plush toys, the originals.
Mhm.
I have a picture on my phone. I'll have to show you it after. I have a picture of me with 2 sets of those sitting on a counter that I just went at my local mall. And I ended up giving quite a few of those away. I used to have 3 30-gallon bags full of stuff that I used to win.
I remember that. Yeah, I donated almost all of those.
Yeah, and like going back to the Walmart thing, like the vendor after that Christmas decided to up the price by 50 cents, so it went from 50 cents to $1. Started to make the claws super weak.
Yeah.
Make things that you can't even win in, like those stupid tire things that you can't win.
Yeah.
And they made it. I've never seen this before, and I don't know if you covered it in any of your videos, but they made it so like it hung down on the string like this much, so like as soon as you move the claw, it like starts swinging.
Swing.
And
I've seen that, and I didn't know if that was intentional or what. Maybe it was to make it harder. Yeah, because those Sugarloaf machines never had any kind of spring.
yeah, and I didn't really win after. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that's nuts. I think they did that nationwide because National Entertainment Network owns those, and I think either they just weren't making enough money or something. I don't know. But I did notice like our area too went up to $1, or it could have been because you're winning all the reindeer. I mean, this guy's killing it. Oh my gosh!
I'm losing all my stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I got smart. Once they started winning that, I went because they had a. I forgot what they call the ones with all like the jewelry and stuff right next to it. So I started playing that one too.
Those are
Used
fun.
to win. I haven't played
Yeah.
in a long time, but maybe the vendor is nice again, and I might have to go back and empty it out. I would pretty much empty it out, and
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's awesome.
and that was my goal. Like empty. Like I have a video, old video on my channel, of just me winning rubber balls, and like
Awesome.
one after another, and to my surprise, that's over 800 views. Like I just saw it
Wow,
yesterday.
You'd be surprised. Yeah, those. One of my first ones was me playing like a machine with spiky balls in it.
Yeah, and like because of your channel, I learned to stay away from e-claws.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
e-claws are.
it depends. Like cause like it's so weird. Cause like I know the company that makes them, they're so nice to me, and they're really nice people, and they make some really awesome games. So I'm kind of careful like in my videos to say like, oh, this is rigged and blah blah blah. Cause like I know they watch me, and I want to promote their games in like a good light. I'll admit they're not my favorite types of machines, but I think it depends on where you play. Cause I've went to Tilt. For example, in Ohio Valley Mall, and this video is not out yet, but I had some luck on their E-Claws, and I think they set them fair enough to where, you know, the payout's not like 1 in 100, but it's at least winnable, or you can at least work stuff over to the prize shoot, maybe knock something in. I think it really comes down to the vendor, because they can set it, you know, they're the ultimate thing of whether they set the strength and whether they want it grabbing the same every time, or if they want it, you know, on the
Payouts,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, so, but I think it depends on the arcade or the, you know, the vendor for those types of things. But I'm still obviously an fan of the old school machines, and always will be, because they're 100% skill. And I even talked to the guy, you know, when I'm in IAPA in Florida, I talked to the guys at ELOT, and you know, they just love my videos, and I love that they love my videos. I'm like, you know, a fanboy, because I'm like, oh my god, they made my claw machine. Like, I love you guys to death, but I'm like, you guys should bring back the old school looking big choice, man. I think it would do well. And you know, I was trying to convince them, but
so the ones like I love going to Dave and Buster's, but you actually got me into Tilt. Studios.
Nice.
I didn't even hear of Tilt Studios before your video, and we drove, because I'm in Western Massachusetts. We drove about 3 hours away to go to one that's close to New Hampshire.
Oh wow.
And actually, luckily, we did, because we were gonna go to the Crossgates Mall. I don't know if you ever heard of it or not, in Massachusetts,
No.
New York. And we were gonna go to the Dave & Buster's, and like about 2 hours before we left, we were like, all right, we'll go to Tilt Studios to check it out, because we saw you winning like the tickets left and right, left and right, left and right, and I was like, I want to try going there. And turns out, when we were up at Tilt, one of my buddies contacted me and said, hey, there was a shooting that just happened at the mall you were going to go to, like really close to that arcade. So because of the decision to go to Tilt Studios, we avoided that. And so for that, I thank you for getting me into Tilt Studios.
Wow, that's nuts.
But
Yeah.
the only places I don't like the claw machines at, and that's like theme parks, like Six Flags.
Yeah. It depends. Like Cedar Point, now I knew it was going to happen. Their main arcade went to all cards, so they got rid of all their token action games. They were on quarters.
No, did they really?
And my friend sent me a picture. All their claw machines are the E-claws, and they're just it's
oh,
terrible. They used to have up and across big choices, and they had
yeah, they had those
they're gone,
the vintage with the 2 buttons.
Yeah.
You can only go forward and then to the those are all gone.
Kennywood still has 3, I think. I don't know. I haven't been there this year, but they have that 3 in the back, that 3-tier machine, and yeah, it sucks when that happens, but yeah, you got to watch them like boardwalks too. When I went to Ocean City, but this was back in like 2008, 2009. I mean, a lot of the arcades still had they had about a mix. They would put the big fancy new machines out front that were rigged with like they put like one Nintendo DS.
PS4, yeah.
Yeah. You're like, well, obviously something's up here. But then if you went further back in the arcade, you can find, the skill ones. But yeah, I guess a lot of places. Yeah, you gotta watch amusement parks and boardwalks, especially for those are notorious.
Our Six Flags is horrible. Like they'll also have that game where you have to like push the key over the edge and unlock the box straight on top.
Yeah, like Keymaster and stuff. Yeah,
it's always like the 360 or like the newest video game.
Right.
It's so bad. And but that's horrible to hear, because I love Cedar Point. Cedar Point's like my favorite place.
I was so bummed that I didn't do a ticket video last year, because me and Greg were only there for 2 nights, and I only filmed one day because we wanted to do the park the whole other day. And I was so bummed that I didn't do a ticket video. We just did a claw machine video and played. They still have some of the old school prize arms, which is good, but those are tough. But I wanted to play like the big hall and stuff like that and get tickets, but they're gone, and I'm so mad that I didn't play those.
Do they still have the bowling games?
What's that?
Do they still have the little bowling games?
I don't know.
Ah, man.
Bowler Roller, you mean?
I think so. Last time I went,
Kennywood still has them.
Last time I went, they had like a 2-lane bowling alley set up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like a mini one or something.
Yeah. Little balls and little pins.
I would imagine they would still have that.
That really blows, because that was one of my first ever videos, was a walkthrough and walking through the arcade. I won a V-neck guitar from there, actually.
Oh wow.
So,
that's awesome.
But
James, if you never been, I'm going to the chat here. James, if you like roller coasters, I don't know if you like roller coasters, James. If you do, let's go. Let's meet up and go. Then you have to go to Cedar Point. If any of you in the chat love roller coasters, you have to go to Cedar Point. Like, it's the roller coaster capital of the world, literally. It blows Six Flags or any other park out of the water. Because I think it's still the biggest amusement park in the world. There was a documentary on Discovery Channel years ago about it. They're constantly breaking records. They have more coasters than any other park. Usually the coasters that they come out with break records. They're always the first to break records. My favorite, obviously, is... turn my mic up. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. What about you guys?
I know, I'm a little far away, but it still should pick me up.
So close,
I'll try to get a little bit
but
closer.
so far. So it's actually really, really cool, because usually in my videos, I'm the one that's saying everything that you're saying. So this time I could be like, yep, okay, yeah, go ahead. Because I love it. Because no one usually knows the stats on, my guests don't usually know the stats of it. And it's such a great, it blows Disney out of the water too.
Oh, I agree. And like when I go to Florida and stuff, like my mom's always like, "Why don't you go to Disney?" And I'm like, "I don't care about Disney. There's nothing there I want to do."
Mickey Mouse.
I go to downtown Disney, like with James. We go and it's fun there, but none of their rides. Like I'm not all for like the whole Disney thing. Like I want
theatrics.
Yeah, exactly. Like they don't have the stuff that Cedar Point has. It's just not the same atmosphere.
And let me put this out now. So if you guys are going to Cedar Point, love roller coasters, you gotta meet up with me too, because I am coaster maniacs, alright?
Yeah, that'd be yeah. I mean, I'm always looking for people that love roller coasters.
I'm always jealous of everybody, especially the people that are going to like these like Orion at Kings Island. Like I want to be there, but it's like 9 hours away from me, and my home park is Six Flags New England. I don't know if you've ever been to Six Flags New England or not, but after going there for so many years, it's not that big. There's only like 8 roller coasters.
Yeah,
is what it is. And then like we do have New Jersey with Kingda Ka. I don't like Kingda Ka at all.
that one's the the successor to Topville Dragster,
but the problem is, and here's the thing, I went there during Fright Fest. I have front of the line passes. With the pass I had like the Diamond Elite, so you could skip the line passes.
Wow.
And my fiance was pregnant at the time, so I technically had 4.
Oh wow.
I chose 2 of them for Kingda Ka, 2 of them for for Nitro, and I went on Kingda Ka once, ripped up the other one, not again. And it's because
what did you like about it?
The harness. So being like a taller guy or whatever, it like digs into your shoulder. I don't like that. I like the openness of Top Thrill Dragster.
Same. Yeah, and see that's why Millennium Force is my favorite and always will be. It's going to be really tough to beat that roller coaster.
Millennium Force.
Everything is perfect about it. It's a regular roller coaster, meaning it's not like just a launch. It's not like it's a regular full circuit with a lift. And it's just speed with no brakes until the very, very end of the ride. There's no trim brakes. There's no slowdown. You got speed. You have airtime. The theming of the coaster was just spot on. It's just everything about that ride is just a freaking adrenaline rush. And I don't know. It's just, I love it to death.
Picture this as you will.
The restraints.
Yeah.
They're way more like all it is just a little lap bar.
Yep, just a lap bar. That's it.
And you're so free, and it's just great. Like I love those seats, and they're comfy.
So picture this: if you've never been to Cedar Point, never seen any of this stuff, Millennium Force came out in the new Millennium, hence the name. 300 feet tall, 95 miles an hour. The first after you get over the first drop, you go around the first turnaround. I generally black out there, or gray out there.
Yeah, I gray out too.
And the funny part that I get is people call it forceless. I don't understand that.
They call it what?
Forceless.
Forceless.
They call Millennium Force forceless now because of all like the other coasters out there, like Fury 325 and Intimidator 305.
People are allowed to have their own opinions, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I always go back to. And Cedar Point has this now in the front of the Millennium Force sign. How many times it won the Golden Ticket Award or whatever. Yeah. Just look at all the years that it has won. I mean, we're talking literally like 4 years ago. It's still winning best steel roller coaster in the world.
In the world, yes.
Yeah. So.
And fun fact about it: did you know that on a clear day, on the top of that, you can see Canada?
Yeah. So yes, I did.
Yeah. Fun fact about Cedar Point.
I have another fun fact that I literally just learned a week ago about Millennium Force.
What's that?
Around the first overbank turn, one of the supports that are on, if you're on the inside, going on the overbank, so the right side of the train, originally when it opened, one of those gray supports, people were hitting their hands on it.
Really?
So they had to, you'll see a little notch taken out of the support. It's like beveled in and then thing. And so somebody posted a picture of it. I'm like, I never knew that. And I'm
95 miles an hour hitting their hand on that. Wow, that's a broken hand.
So they had to. But I don't think they could sue the park because there's
probably
constant
not.
things you have to keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the train at all times. So.
Do you like Gatekeeper? Jessica wants to know.
I do not like Gatekeeper. No, I'm sorry. It's just that ride just doesn't do it for me. I don't like the whole spinning. It's just weird orientation. The first hill's cool, but it's just not my kind of ride.
Do you miss the ride that used to be there?
What was there?
It was Disaster Transport.
I rode that like when I was real little. I barely remember it, so I don't miss it that much.
Demon Drop, where you were going with, yes,
Another
that and
one-
that Standing Needle ride.
One that I love, one that I kind of like but don't like because of the restraints, is Val Raven.
I was going to ask you about that one, yeah.
We rode it for the first time last year, me and Greg, and I love how I love the 90-degree drop. I love free fall. I love that feel. As soon as after that, my head's hitting the thing. I'm like, oh my god, because it's the traditional steel track. I don't know why it's that older style track that they used, and it's the older style over the head, big bulky restraints, and your head's banging. I'm like, why didn't they do like Maverick, where it's those really thin over the. I love Maverick's restraints. They're so comfy.
Maverick has changed over the years too. Their restraints, and it's been getting rougher in my opinion. But Val Raven, fun fact, and not a lot of people notice. I got it from somebody that worked there, and it's up on my channel too. One of the first ever videos I posted. If you stand in a certain spot next to the sky ride and look towards the track, the track actually spells out Ohio.
No way.
Yep, you got like the first embleman is the O. The two drops is the H, and like the airtime hill at the end is the I, and the other emblement's the O. And I have it.
Sick.
Yeah, I have it in one of my earlier videos, and then I have it like overlaid where you can actually spell it out. It's spelled out.
Wow.
And yes, cool. I don't know if they had to have done that on purpose, but
oh yeah.
Yes.
Illuminati confirmed. There you go.
It spells out Ohio.
That's neat.
Check that video out. I'll have to share it with you afterwards. And it's only a couple-minute video, but it blew my mind when I saw that.
That's awesome.
And like once you see it, you can't unsee it when you're there.
I'm gonna definitely have to look for it now.
Maverick, you mentioned Maverick. 95-degree drop.
Yeah, that's what's cool. It really feels like you're just getting flung out of the thing. It's crazy.
Have you ever had a rollback on that?
No, but last time when we were ready to launch, it stalled, and I think I didn't do this on purpose. My seatbelt came unbuckled. I'm like, oh crap! So I went and buckled it real quick. And I didn't mean to do it on purpose. I'm like, why did that come unbuckled so easily? I don't know if I just hit it with my arm or something, but it was like unbuckled. And I think the system thing, but they didn't come and say anything. I was like, God, I hope please don't let me get kicked off this ride. I did not unbuckle my seatbelt on purpose. But we were just there for like a minute, and then they rolled us the linear induction motors reverse, and then you go back, and then they launched us again. But we've never had a rollback on it.
Alex Smith says they have a good pictures of the Ohio online. Is it written in red? Because if it's written in like spelled out in red, that's my picture then.
Oh, nice. Put a watermark on it.
I think there might be from my video. I don't know. There usually is in the bottom corner. So you love. What's your favorite ride there then? Besides like your second favorite, other than
a second favorite is probably Dragster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one. When that first came out, me and my brother and his friend were just. I was just gonna let them go because I'm like, I don't want to ride this. I'm too afraid. Now I ride anything. After that, you can literally ride anything. You do Top Thrill Dragster, you can literally ride any ride on planet Earth because there's nothing.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You know the speed and everything, but. I was nervous as heck. And even Millennium Force, too. When I first rode Millennium Force, I didn't really know what I was getting into. I was scared to death. I couldn't scream going down the first hill. But, man, when I got back, I'm like, oh, my God, that was the greatest. I want to go again. And
so The awesome
Okay.
part about Cedar Point is that's where I started my. That's where Coaster Maniacs was born.
Nice.
Because I used to be like when my dad brought me to Six Flags, stuff like that, or just theme parks in general, and I never rode them. And like when they told me about Cedar Point, I was like, oh, okay, I'll get up to Dragster, and they all laughed at me for it because I knew I didn't like coasters. Then they brought me there, and I started out on the Corkscrew. The Corkscrew was my very first upside down roller coaster.
Oh, nice.
At
That's
like
a good one.
about maybe 14 years old. So I went from that, and then I went from that to like Iron Dragon. I went from Iron Dragon to
Nice.
I think like Mantis. Remember Mantis?
Yeah.
Who
now
remembers
it's,
Mantis?
Yeah, now it's what's it called now?
Rougarou.
Rougarou.
Yep. Stand
It's
up to your
alright.
ground. Yeah.
I mean, the floorless is kind of. The stand up was weird though. It really hurt my feet after because all the G forces. You would leave that ride and your feet would be killing you.
Yeah. And I just kept going on to bigger and bigger and bigger. Then I hit Dragster, loved it, and
Nice.
I've been dying for a rollback on Dragster. I've seen
never had
it.
one. Yeah,
I've seen it on
yeah.
like rainy days. I've seen it like a couple
Yep.
times, but I'm like, no, do it again, do it again.
Do it again. Yeah, that would be cool.
Did you do Dinosaurs Alive?
No.
The walkthrough thing with all the animatronic dinosaurs
Oh no, I didn't
before
do
they
that.
took it out. That was pretty cool.
No.
You felt like you were in Jurassic Park a little bit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Have you done Still Vengeance yet? The
Mean
redo of Mean Streak.
no.
That was one of Cedar Point's, in my opinion, best decisions of a remodeled ride.
Yeah.
Something they could have changed. I hated Main Street. That thing was so rough. It was just not enjoyable.
Was there anybody that liked it?
Yeah, I don't
Actually, there is a guy who religiously wrote it. I forgot his name.
know. I heard that.
Yeah, he was
But,
sad.
yeah, I don't know how. I mean, God, his back, his poor back. Still Vengeance is fun. That drop, the straight down, it's fun. It's wild. It does, instead of turns banking inwards like normal coasters, the turn banks outwards. So you're like, whoa, this is not supposed to do that. And it's
Yeah.
just super wild. But it's
I
fun.
have to get on that. The last time I was at Cedar Point was when they were still building it, and they were saying that there was no roller coaster being built there. They were teasing it. It wasn't announced yet. It was back when everybody thought it was going to be called Railblazer. So you see me in my video calling it Railblazer a bunch of times, or Trailblazer, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
And yeah, sadly, I was supposed to go there this year because of me and my fiance's 10-year anniversary and the 150th anniversary of the park. We were gonna go there together, and we just had our son in January, and with the whole COVID thing, it kind of.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We will get there though again, and I will ride Steel
Yeah.
Vengeance.
And when he's older, you'll be turning him into a coaster maniac.
Coaster Maniacs Jr. is already in my
That's
mind. But yeah, no, that ride's definitely, I think maybe good because by the time I get there, the lines might not be as bad.
True. Yeah. We used our fast lanes for that because we had fast lanes for only one day last year, and we used them on the second day, thankfully, which was the better day to use them on. And yeah, that was really nice. Otherwise, it was like insane. But actually, it wasn't. The regular line wasn't terrible because it was raining on and off, and it was closed for a little bit. Then we were gonna take the train. They were like, "Oh no, it's open," and "Oh no, it's closed." And we're like, "Oh my god." And
I
then
love the
finally
train.
came
The
back.
train's pretty cool.
Yeah, because it goes by Millennium Force, and you get an awesome view.
That, and they have like all the scenery and all the, like, you go through Ghost Town and stuff like that too. It's pretty cool. The skeletons.
So Adam in the chat said they changed something on Millennium Force to make it smoother.
I saw that. I wonder if it's the
hopefully.
wheels or something.
Because it was getting really rickety, and I'm like, man, I don't remember it being like this. They might have replaced the wheels on the train, which I thought they were supposed to do that once a year. They do that in the off season, but I don't know. I'm hoping that's good for me because I rode the back the one year, and it was brutal. I mean, it was like, I'm like, man, I don't remember it being like this.
Have you been to Six Flags Great America in Illinois? Is that the one that... trying to think if it's the one I'm thinking of. Is that the one that had the apocalypse that just transformed into a sit down and
I'm
like
not
roar?
sure. I've never been
Let me
to
know,
any of that.
Fireball.
Yeah, I've never personally been to any. Yeah.
10 minutes for a Steel Vengeance. Thanks for rubbing it in, Alex.
I'm
Oh
gonna try
man.
and go not this week, but next week to Cedar Point for maybe an overnighter or something. I just got to get there. I mean, I got this fast lane for the entire year that I paid for and a season pass, and I haven't been there at all this year.
Do you stay like in the park at all, like in the hotels, or?
Breakers is a little expensive. I'm gonna try to get Breakers Express. Yeah,
we've done that. Yeah. Express is pretty cool.
Express is nice because I got the pass with parking anyway, so it doesn't matter. I got unlimited parking, so I'll stay. It's probably just gonna be me. I'll probably go up and do like a carnival video myself, but I just want to go see what it's like because I don't want my friend. He doesn't have a season pass, and I don't want him to waste his tickets if it ain't worth it. So, and I want to get there regardless, just to release some stress because it's been a stressful year. So,
oh yeah,
as we all know for probably almost everybody. But yeah, it'd be a good way to try to just maybe get rid of some of that. Just a nice relief, I just really want to be on Millennium Force right now. Now that we're talking about it, I'm all excited,
The last time I went there, I stayed in Hotel Breakers. Like we said, the next time we go, we're just gonna suck it up and pay the money for it. We usually go for about a week and a half.
Yeah, see, that's nice.
And we found out that the king size room is cheaper than the queen size. And that's because the room is very, very small. Like your room you're in right now is bigger than it. And they expect you to be in the park at all times, I guess.
Right.
But it was definitely worth it. It was like $4,000 that trip. We spent about that much. Worth it in our opinion.
Yeah.
And this was also right when they just transformed the water park too. So like that bridge that you had to walk underneath was gone.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that? That little tunnel thing you had to walk under to get to. The cars drove over top.
That was gone.
Yep. Wait, they got rid of that.
So they just so that's by the Magnum, right?
Yep. Yep. They completely filled it in, and now you walk over top of it.
So okay. I was wondering.
Yep. Brand new entrance to the park.
A little different.
Yep. Brand new entrance to the water park.
Huh.
A brand new water park name. Yeah, all that stuff. And, like, the Magnum was... what do you think of the Magnum? I think it's really rough, but...
It's rough, but I like it. It's still a really good ride. Like, it's a great... I love the drop. I love it's got really good airtime. Yeah, it's fun. It's a classic.
Do you think we're going to see a 500-foot coaster next year?
I don't know.
I definitely...
With COVID this year and people not going there, I don't think they're going to spend the money. Of course, I thought that... I'm thinking, ooh, this is good because maybe they won't have the money to put the arcade to a card system. They did it.
Yeah, of course,
so, yeah, but I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, they were supposed... This is their 150... Or wait, was that...
150th for this year and next year.
Right? Yeah.
Both years, yeah.
They're doing both years. But technically this is the year, right? That's 150.
Yeah.
And, I would figured they'd go big, but obviously not with all the stuff going on.
They announced an adventure thing, yeah. Did you ever go on Shoot the Rapids?
No.
Before that closed down for good with the boat tipping backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't... That was like a... Was it like a boat that was round, or was it like a...
No.
Kind of thing, or?
A boat, a regular looking boat. We went up on a track, you went down, then you went around a couple more things. You could go up a bigger hill and then come back down. I was crazy enough to go on it like a week and a half after that happened, before they closed it down. Maniac for a reason, baby. Yeah.
That's crazy. And they got rid of it too, didn't they?
They did, and yeah, they have something else there. But
that's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you and everybody in the chat an exclusive trick to beat the lines at Cedar Point and Kings Island and
interesting.
Any Cedar Fair park. But before I do that, I gotta ask: are you a horror fan?
A horror fan?
Like, do you like the Fright Nights or the Fright Fest? Or...
Oh, I love Halloween and stuff. Yeah, I love those. I don't necessarily like going there because it's very busy on those times, but I'm a huge, Halloween haunted house guy.
We're gonna get along great then, because I've worked at a haunted house for the last 7 years.
No way.
Hence I don't know if you can see it in the chat, but hence this mask right here.
Oh yeah! Wow, that's neat.
Yep. It's called 13 Nights at Jiminy Peak. It's at Hancock, Massachusetts. It's a ski resort. No, you can't see it. I'll bring it up closer. So, yeah, this guy right here.
That's awesome. Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at those fangs, man.
Yeah, man. And, what's up, Monica King? Yeah, I'll definitely have to show you a picture afterwards, since I don't have it ready to pull up. But, yeah, it's a ski resort. You have 2 haunted houses at the bottom of the mountain. On the top, they bring you to the top of the mountain on a ski lift, in the pitch black. And then you do a half-hour walk through in the woods with only 1 flashlight. And that's, at one point, I'm usually up there with that mask chasing you with a baseball bat. At the point where it's about 50 yards I have to away with. And there's also a guy with a flamethrower up there too. So
nice.
Yeah, and I don't pop out, scare them, they walk away. No. I've been there for long enough. I follow them, alright? I follow them sometimes.
See, I like that.
I follow them to the chairlift, alright?
Nice.
And if it was up to me, I would get on the chairlift with them.
I'm going to tell you something that I do that's really crazy here in Pittsburgh.
What's that?
So we have one. They're not going to do it this year because of the whole COVID thing, but it's a place called the Scare House, and they have 2 different ones. They have a regular walkthrough, which is huge, and then they have a thing called the basement. And the basement is you sign a waiver, and they're allowed to touch you. And it is the greatest experience because I do extra work on like movies here in Pittsburgh when I have the time. And it's literally like being in a movie, and it's so cool. Like, just with the actors are amazing. Some people think I'm nuts for doing that. Like, you are crazy. I don't want no one touching me and blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, but it is awesome. Like, it's so cool. Like, you got people that they'll come up to you. They'll like squirt stuff on you.
Yeah.
But it's not like the one that you've seen that's viral on YouTube.
Where they can do literally anything. Yeah.
No, Scare House. They're all about safety. They give you a safe word, so if you're really really scared, you can say it, and they'll have somebody escort you out. It's nothing like crazy intense. Like they put me in a coffin one time and shut it, and it was like
I would love that. So
like it's great. And then this one guy had wasn't a chainsaw. It was like, I forget what it was, some kind of power tool, and it was like vibing. And
you gotta send me a link to that because that's something that I can dig.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll grab you and be like, "Come here," and it's really cool. Like it's
going to like Fright Fest at Six Flags and stuff's kind of like, and my goal is to scare the people that work in the haunted houses. And the people, and I've done that a couple times actually. I would pop out at them, and they wouldn't like. I know what they're looking for, or I'll be like in like a dark, quiet place right before a chainsaw comes out, and I like pound on the wall and scare the people in the group. I've done that a couple times. The ones I don't like are like the total darkness ones where you can't see a damn thing.
Yeah.
And the one at the Six Flags Great Escape of all places was the worst one because you're literally nothing holding on to anything. Like, there's no rope or nothing. You can get lost in that, and guess what? People do. Yeah. And it's crazy. Like, you can't see where you're going. But that sounds like something that I would love to do. And like that's my house every year for Halloween too. Like, I have people that specifically come to my street to see my house because that's all I do. I set everything up and I play. Like, I have the projections, the fog machines. I worked 2 years ago at Spirit Halloween and I bought the whole store pretty much, all the animatronics.
Wow,
I loved it, man. I loved it. That was my thing, and I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait for October. I'm getting so excited about it, just talking about it. But there was one place, I think it was called Nightmare New England, or there was one place where they can touch you on the hayride, and we didn't know that. And the one person came up and just was like massaging my neck, and then he stopped and walked away. I'm like, wait, can you come back and do that again? Like, come back over. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, some people just don't like that, and I don't understand. Like, I asked my one buddy to go, and he's like, absolutely not. I don't want no one touching me, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, it's not that, they're just actors. They're not, they're not going to...
Yeah, right. Have you ever heard of the Headless Horseman in New York State? It's supposed to be, like, voted #1 in the country multiple years in a row, but it's basically the same thing every year. Starting to be kind of eh. I mean, they have horror escape rooms, which are pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
But, okay, so on to the tips that I was talking about. By the way, if you're new here, definitely leave us a subscribe. I am trying to get to 500 subs. At 500 subs, I'm going to be dumping 500 ice cubes on my head in a kiddie pool. So 500 ice cubes is about 38 pounds.
Holy.
I did that at 200.
Be careful.
Yeah. 200 was about 12 pounds. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. And yeah, no, it's been, I just hit 400, it's amazing. But the tips to, it doesn't work at Six Flags, ironically. So I'm going to tell you a story here. I went to Six Flags New England on the 10th of whatever month, I don't remember, a couple years ago. And I went to go on the Superman Ride of Steel. I went to go get into the train, and like I stood down in like the little middle part between the two seats, and it had like a little slant. I stood down and I just felt my knee just like pop and twist. And I ended up dislocating my kneecap.
Oh, jeez.
And it was an exclusive ride time. I didn't get a chance to get on the coaster, but whatever. I've been on it so many times. I just subbed. Thanks for the sub, Alex. And so they gave me 3 options. They're like, well, we can bring you to your car. We could bring you to call an ambulance, or you can walk to your car. I'm like, well, I'm sure as hell not walking to my car. And so I basically chose to have them bring me to my car, and I drove the rest of the ride home. But I learned, if you want to go to Six Flags and get like a pass from them, like a little book, to get like it's a little book that gets you to the end of the line, pretty much.
Yeah.
Front of the line book pass thing. You have to have a doctor's note every single time you want one. Cedar Point and Cedar Fair, not required.
Oh, wow.
So, this is what I learned at Cedar Fair and Cedar Point when the first, about a couple of years ago. If you go there, you can say that you have a leg problem, or say you can't do stairs, right?
Right.
They'll give you, they don't ask questions. They don't ask you for any doctor's note, nothing like that. You can go there and be like, nothing wrong with you, legit, nothing wrong with you. Say I have a back problem, can't do stairs. They'll give you a little book. This book will allow you to go to the line. They'll write down a time for you to come back based on how long the line is.
Okay.
You come back, you can use the elevator, and then you could go right to the front of the line, and basically it's like a virtual line.
Wow.
We exploited that a little bit a couple years ago. So, I mean, I was fine to do stairs. My fiance was fine to do stairs, but the guy said we could use it all week. So, okay, cool. We went and did the front of the line passes, and while they did the book and sign, like we went to Millennium Force, they gave us like an hour to come back. Cool.
Yeah.
During that hour, we would go to another ride and legit wait in their line while being in a virtual line. So by the time we got off of that ride, we would go over to Millennium Force, get right back on, and do that. The last time we were there, we got smart. I got a book, and she got a book. So we got to one ride, got in a virtual line, went to another line, got in a virtual line, because the passes can have up to 6 people on them. And so you go to one, get a virtual line, go to one, get in a virtual line, get in an actual line, and then by the time you're on with that line, you could go on 2 rides and then start the cycle all over again.
Right.
So it's crazy. They don't ask you for any requirements other than can you brace yourself, can you do stairs.
Yeah.
And of course, when you go there, you have to do a little bit of an acting job to be like, oh, I can't do stairs.
Right. Yeah.
And it works at Kings Island too. Go figure. I did it there, and that was the year Mystic Timbers came out, and I was so hyped for it.
Oh.
With What's in the Shed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we found out what was in the shed, and it was like, eh. But
that is crazy.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah, I would have never guessed.
it doesn't work at Six Flags though, because you need a doctor's note.
Right. Which you would think Cedar Point would. Maybe after you.
Yeah, if they see this video,
That's it. You're done now.
I have done nothing wrong. No, my name's not Coaster Maniacs. Man. So, what is your favorite game at the park? Let's get into back into games. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, as far as I'd say Cedar Point last year. My favorite game was that one. I don't know if you saw it. Me and Greg played, and he was insanely good at it. You just shoot a wiffle ball, and you got to knock over 3 clear little cylindrical little cups. And I'm like, how hard can this be? And I don't know if we got super lucky. I mean, there was times that he missed, but we went back the next day and he won again. Like, there's no way that a game's that hard. You know, I don't know. It's great. They were giving away big stuff. That was a fun game because I'd never seen that before there. But I'd say probably one of my favorite carnival games is Bowler Roller. It's just, I don't know. There's something about it when you get it. It's so satisfying. And sometimes you can tell when you're going to get it. And you're like, yes. Even before it actually goes in. But yeah, Bowler Roller is really fun. Our local amusement park here at Kennywood has that. And it's such a fun game.
I definitely want to go to Kennywood to do Steel Curtain. Steel Curtain.
Oh yeah, it's all right. It wasn't my cup of tea. I wouldn't wait 2.5 hours again for it.
Yeah.
Say that.
For me, I got hooked onto the coin pusher Alice in Wonderland. Or the Wizard of Oz, that's what it is.
I was going to say, I don't know of an Alice in Wonderland. I was like, when did they come out with that?
That's new, right?
They might as well. They did Willy Wonka.
And they also did Star Trek.
Right.
Yeah. Were you there when they put the VR on Iron Dragon? They tested it out?
No.
That was fun. Made times VR? A lot slower. Virtual reality, yeah.
Why would they put it on there?
Why would they put VRs on an SLC? They did that at our theme, my home park. They put it on the Mine Eraser. That's the worst thing they could ever do. Then again, I am talking about the theme park that has 2 boomerangs in the same park.
Oh.
We do. We have like that, and then we have a hyper version of it.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I do gotta find out. I've been wondering this actually for a while. I don't know if you ever mentioned it in a video or not, but the name change. Because for anybody that remembers,
okay.
You used to be Matt3756.
Yes, you got the numbers right. But he should get bonus points for that, guys.
Oh, absolutely.
And I get this all the time. And I did a video, like, before one of my videos, I explained it briefly. And, like, I'm not going to explain it during, like, I don't mind doing it here, obviously. But, like, people ask me all the time. It's like, guys, I'm not going to explain it in every video. I explain, you know.
Yeah.
But, no, honestly, it wasn't it was just, like, a brand change, you know. That's been something I've been really wanting to do for, like, years now. And I waited way too long. And I had changed it before to, like, something else. And I can't remember. And it just was, like, but it still had the numbers in it. And it was just not, like... Then I changed it back. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have, or maybe it screwed up something. But, you know, obviously, search is big on YouTube. So your channel name is very important. Like, you have a very nice channel name, Coaster Maniacs. Like, that's Coaster. It's keyword friendly. You know, if people type in Coaster stuff, your channel might pop up and be, you know, recommended. But, you know, for me, it's kind of like just... I just wasn't feeling it. Like I wanted a nice brand that I was happy with. I was not happy with just the random 3756 numbers because they didn't mean nothing. They were just random numbers.
I was gonna ask where you came up with those.
Yeah, they were just random numbers. I think it was an old email address I had. But you know, I didn't know that YouTube was gonna turn into nothing, so that's what I just had.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, it's like I said, it's just a thing that I should have done a really, really long time ago. I shouldn't have waited, you know, but that is what it is.
Did you? So yeah, you didn't expect like you to blow up as much as you did. I'm sure.
No.
I mean, because you're what 1.6 million now.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
How does that feel to be like in the public eye, like so viewed by so many people?
I don't know. It's crazy. Like it's the last thing I thought I'd be doing. Honestly, it's crazy.
Are you at the point where you gotta like every single time you go out, somebody recognizes you? And
No, I'm not. Not like that. But
John Cena, everybody.
Here and there, you know, and it's fun. I really love meeting, you know, people and fans and stuff, and it's just that's what it's all about. Just one thing to say that oh yeah, that Goober. Oh, the cat's trying to distract me. Well, it's one of the things to like read comments, but it's another thing to see like how much people enjoy my videos in person. Like it's just priceless. So yeah, it's very rewarding.
Yeah, and speaking of Goober, how did that start?
I don't know.
That catchphrase.
Look, she's
Yes, you just started like saying that, and it caught on.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
That and shebang and.
Shebang. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I don't know. I just started saying it, and it's just catchy.
By the way, you were the only person to that I know to be in a claw machine and be able to sit and be actually grabbed by a claw.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite videos. It still is my favorite video, I think, that I did on my channel. But that was cool. That was fun. Zone 28 was the arcade that let me do that, and they were just super nice.
How did that feel, being grabbed by it? Like,
oh, it was great. It was weird. Like, I was like, ew. It was like just felt weird. But
did you think you'd be actually getting lifted up by it, or?
No, I knew it wasn't that thing. I didn't want to break it, so I kind of went up with it to make it look like.
You're just like,
Yeah.
So what's your favorite? I know MNL. You think I get your name right by now. Ghost wants to know what your favorite football team is. That's usually always a question they ask.
Oh, favorite football team?
Is it the Steelers?
Oh, it has to be, yeah, because I'm in Pittsburgh, man. Got the Steelers. Oh my God, will you stop licking me, Cooper?
Dude? You can't say that because I'm in Massachusetts and I can't stand the Patriots. I'm born in New York, so I gotta stick with my hometown of.
Oh, okay.
You know, the Buffalo Bills and.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that.
I don't like the Patriots either. So. Nope.
So I gotta ask, is there any? I always open it up to my guests. Is there any questions you have for me?
That I have for you.
Yeah.
So what made you start like your whole channel, and kind of like what are your hopes for it?
So my channel, all right. Coaster Maniacs. Like I said, I started up as a personal channel back in, I believe, 2011, maybe 2014. I gotta look at my abouts. I don't remember anymore. But I started out as a you with the Yankees or you're a trader. I'm the Yankees fan, 100%. Every New York team I like, pretty much. Born and raised in New York State. Woo! But, yeah, I started my channel name as a personal channel to be able to write comments on videos and stuff, because that's what you had to do back in the day of when you started a YouTube channel. You can watch videos, yes, but you can't leave comments or anything like that, interact. So I did that. And then I went to Cedar Point, and I was there, and I filmed, like, an off-ride of Untitled Chapter and looked to see if there was a community for it. It's like a world in the YouTube world for it. Turns out there is, because that's where I ran into Coaster Studios.
Okay.
And I don't know if anybody knows who Coaster Studios is.
It sounds familiar.
Tyler Beebe, yeah, he's been around for a long time. And yeah, it turns out there's a big community for roller coasters in the world of YouTube. And so I came up with the name. My original name was Coaster Mania because I loved wrestling, loved WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
However, you might know of an event called Coaster Mania. That Coaster, yeah. So I didn't want to copy or kind of go up against that.
I see.
So the next thing I thought of, for some reason, Coaster Maniacs.
Yeah, cool. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, and turns out, I was the only one that had that name, and
cool.
It kind of became a thing, and it grew from there, and it has turned into a lot of wrestling stuff. Yes. Arcade stuff. Yes. Interviews. Yes.
Nice.
But yeah, I love it.
Cool. There's not, your channel will start to, see what works, and your channel will kind of grow with you, and it'll.
My ultimate goal is to get monetized, of course.
Right.
Hit the 1,000 subs, hit the 4,000 watch. And again, if you're new, thank you very much for subscribing to this channel. I just hit. Last night I was at 397. So the fact that I'm almost to 410 right now blows my mind. You guys I love every single one of you guys. And I've recently came across the Jackbox Games world. So I'm starting to stream those games. Yeah, they're a lot of fun, and my viewers seems to love those. So if you're ever wanting to play those games in the chat, pop on over. I'm playing it tomorrow night. I don't know. Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I'll see what I have a thing at 6, but anytime after that.
It's gonna be after I get out around 9:30, like tonight.
Cool.
If you want to pop by the chat, as you know, it's the code. So I'll send the code over and.
Awesome.
We could maybe play a rap battle, or people seem to love the rap battle for some reason. But yeah, any more questions for me?
So you're have you always been into like roller coasters, or were you used to be, if I could talk? Were you afraid of them when you were younger?
Absolutely.
'Cause I was.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I was terrified.
Yeah.
The only way I was able to go on these coasters at Cedar Point when I was working my way up, my dad got in first. So that way I couldn't get out on the other side. So it's like once he got in and sat down, what was I going to do? Turn around and go the other way? No. Like if you're going on Gemini, you kind of can't, or Millennium Force, you get off on a different platforms. Yeah. So it's like, like, what are you going to do? But, I do have a challenge for you.
Yeah.
Live on the air. I am making it out there. I challenge Arcade Matt to a, arcade versus.
Oh, there we go.
Once we can, go back to doing arcades again. Because I know you used to do that in the past.
Yeah, I'd like to bring that back of some sort, because I've been doing like the mini golf stuff, but
yeah,
I think to integrate it with arcade games would be really cool, like certain games, like skill ones and stuff. Yeah, that'd be great.
So do you accept my challenge in the future?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Coaster Maniacs vs. Arcade Matt.
There we go.
Who wants to see that? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see that. Yeah, no, I think it. If it's claw machines, oh, absolutely, I love.
Yeah, or claw machines too. Yeah, that'd be great.
As long as they're not too rigged, I should be alright.
Right. Yeah, we got to find a skill one to keep it fair. So.
Absolutely, no payout stuff. I don't, and again, I owe my knowledge to even knowing about the mechanisms to, the claw machines to you, because like I had no idea about payouts. I had no idea about like the little rings on the actual claw itself, like to pay attention to the
turn and adjust the opening.
Yep. To pay attention to where they are.
Yep.
Yeah, I learned all that stuff through you. So
that's awesome. I love to hear that. I really do. Like it just makes me feel like I've done my duty, on YouTube and.
Absolutely, man.
Well.
Absolutely, and I mean
Wait.
I played things before then, and like I said, I ended up stopping for a long time. And you brought me back into it.
That's cool.
Just when I was out, you drug me back in.
Yeah, that's great. It's cool because, like, I've gotten people interested. I've even heard from some people that were like, hey, I've never really been interested in arcades, but man, you got me into it, and I've been playing, and I went to Dave & Buster's and wanted this, and had such a great time, and like, that's cool. I like to hear that kind of stuff. I think it's just good, clean fun, and it's cool to get people interested in something that you've always been interested in.
Yeah, I gotta see, because I don't know where they are now, but they're somewhere over there. Last time I went to Dave & Buster's not that long ago, a couple months ago actually, I won one of those giant boxing gloves, and like it was a free play too. Like somebody like,
oh nice,
I don't know, left a credit on it or something or whatever, and I walked up, there was a credit. I'm like, hey, I ended up winning.
Wow.
And I ended up winning like another like big giant dog afterwards too. So it was pretty cool.
That's sick.
We got a couple of ones in the chat. Someone says,
cool.
You should play arcade games together.
Yeah, that's great.
We can do that afterwards, but I must win first. Now, that's something I wanted to do for a long time, ever since I saw you doing the versus. Like, I saw you versus a couple other people, and I figured that would be a fun thing to do, fun challenge.
Yeah, challenges are always fun to do, because, people like to watch that competition thing, I think, so.
I don't know how much you usually do. Like how much like you used to do token things, right? When tokens were still a thing.
Yeah, I used to do like challenges like by myself where I'd see what I can win. And I still do that now, you know, minus the tokens if a place most everybody's card swipes. But yeah, I'll do like a thing where I'll load like $50 or something or 20 or whatever.
Yeah.
Just to see what I can win with that, or sometimes I'll go for a certain prize. You know, there might be like a crazy amount of tickets.
Yeah, yeah.
I got one coming out. I didn't even edit it yet, but I redeemed 100,000 tickets at Zone 28 for an iPad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Oh, I saved up.
I had some insane jackpots in that video. I mean, like, unheard of. So,
I saved up for a long time. I remember when Namco, it was Namco, right? Is that the company Namco? With the
one of them.
Yeah. The one with the Pac-Man on them.
Yeah.
Were you ever in the arcades then when they used to have like little ghost stickers on them, and when you redeemed them you got a little bit of like a bonus kickback?
I'm not sure.
They did that around my neighborhood. I don't know if they did it for everyone, but
yeah, I don't recall that.
like I had so many of those. I had like when the light goes around, you have to hit it for the jackpot.
Yeah.
I was so good. I hit that 10 times in a row at my local mall that we used to have.
That's crazy.
But sadly the mall's gone. The video games around here are far and few between. Like I have to drive a couple hours to get to them.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but yeah, it seems like people want it, man. We gotta make it happen. We gotta make it happen. I don't know. Have you ever been to Massachusetts?
I was in Boston for what's I there? Oh, I did a meet and greet there with Gamer Green a few years ago.
Boston's about 3.
Cool.
I'm on the other side of Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
You had to drive past me to get there, probably.
Gotcha. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's the only time I've been there. It was cool though. The mall was nice, and then the mall didn't have an arcade. I don't think. I thought they did. Maybe they did, and I just didn't go. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we
have an arcade.
we'll definitely have to set something up. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And again, once this COVID thing blows over, hopefully it blows over soon. I'm supposed to be going to a wrestling show in a few months, and I was row A, so front row, not cheap tickets.
Oh wow, right there. Dang.
Yeah, it was supposed to be May 1st, got moved to September 28th, and there was a meet and greet in August that got postponed, and then they announced another meet and greet in August for different stuff. It was weird. It really was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Any more questions for me?
No, I think that's all I have for you. Do you have any more for me or anyone in the chat for either of us?
Yeah. Let's open it up to the chat for a couple minutes. See what they got. Do you play video games like regular video games?
I play PC.
PC.
So I play some just stuff on PC. Yeah, I have a really good graphics card. I don't really have any. Piggy, we gotta show you on stream, man. Piggy, the famous Piggy. Oh, they're hungry. I gotta feed them.
Piggy.
Feed them after the stream here, but you guys can wait. Piggy. All you do is eat, man. This is Piggy, guys.
So I got I've shown this off to actually a couple of my interviews before. So I have some older style video games here.
Nice.
I have the Genesis games here.
Oh my god, I love I play the ROMs and emulators like that you can get on the PC, and man, I love good old NES Genesis games.
I have the original
You, Piggy.
in the original boxes.
Oh wow, look at that.
With
those are worth money, you know.
With everything included.
Wow.
I have Monopoly that says
I love Monopoly.
It's in a Blockbuster box.
That's worth money. You better save those.
Madden. Look at the price on this back in the day. You see that?
$1.79.
$1.79.
Worth more than that now. I'll tell you that much.
I got what happened here? Where did I go?
Are you both friends or family? We're kind of just like online friends.
Who's that?
Came into
me and you?
Urizar Gaming asked.
Oh, we're brothers. Didn't you know that?
We're brothers.
I'm Goober too. You know.
Long lost brother, right there.
I can't see the
bang.
chat. I got X-Men.
Oh my god, I used to play that all the time.
Dragon's Fury.
Oh my god, that's insane.
From
You
downtown.
don't have Sonic by chance, do you? Because I know Sonic's worth a pretty penny.
Street Fighter.
That's hard to find too. Oh wow, Street Fighter. Those are rare, man. Look at this! He has the original Sonic! What the crap?
And Sonic 2.
Wow.
When both have manuals.
And the manual and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Hang on to those, man.
the best part about it, 100% free.
Wow.
They were my stepfather's. He passed it down to me, and now I have.
Wow, that is crazy.
They are mine, and I will never give them away. No matter what.
You don't see those anywhere. Like, they're hard to come by.
They're hard to come by, and they're also very hard to hook up to a modern day TV.
Yeah.
Because of
yeah.
Well, the systems back then, had different hookups. We'll say.
Right.
So yeah,
Yep.
definitely harder to do that. Where from New York are you? So I was born in Kingston, New York. I'm actually in Western Massachusetts right now. I've been living in Western Massachusetts ever since I was younger. Things on my laptop or stopped working. Yeah, I love the internet.
Someone asked, do you like the Sonic show? I don't know what that is. I never heard of it.
I don't either. I don't either. Yeah, so I think it's a good place to end it for tonight. You got your cats to feed, and
Yeah, we got the cat on there. Yeah, we got to feel. Oh my god, they'll.
my Google's deciding to break, so that's.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can't.
Google.
Oh, okay, there we go. I don't know.
Thank you so much
it's
for
not letting
having me.
pop on
This
things.
is awesome chatting with you. You got me all excited about Cedar Point now.
Yeah.
I need to go.
Yeah, and again, if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe to my channel. Interviews, Jackbox coming up.
Yeah, make sure you guys, if anybody came from my channel, make sure you guys check him out and subscribe. He's awesome, man.
Yeah, you give me 2,500. Give me 2,500, and I'll be definitely walking in ice soon. And hopefully I get there before before the winter comes, because that would suck.
Hey, you never know.
Cat.
Just keep putting out
Content, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Cat or dog? I'm a dog guy.
Wait, can I super chat you? Or you don't. Oh, you don't have super
Not
chat.
I have to have 1,000. I have to be monetized. I mean,
Don't rush that. That's my advice to everybody. I know people want to rush into, but it's just let that come natural and just keep doing YouTube because you enjoy it. Because people will see that and they will want to come back for more because they can see your genuine passion.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a PayPal. I don't usually list it on there because it's not about that for me.
Right.
So, who's next GTS star? That's a good question. I believe it might be Kamikaze again tomorrow, and then Tiffany Avatar Wednesday. So, Lake Monte? Don't know what that means. So yeah, definitely. If you're free tomorrow night, hey, stop on by the stream. We'll be playing some Jackbox games. We would love to have you there. We would love to have you back on the channel at a later date.
Yeah.
If you're
keep
down.
it posted, man.
Look
See
for
what's going on.
yeah, look for Coaster Maniacs versus Arcade Matt in the future.
That'd be awesome.
That'll definitely go up on. Maybe we might be able to make a collab on both channels. Who knows?
True.
Where can I find you at?
What do you mean?
Your socials.
Oh, socials, arcade_Matt is Twitter and Instagram. TikTok too, but it's
TikTok.
I don't understand that app. But yeah, arcade_Matt is pretty much all my socials. And then I have a Facebook page too, but I think it's just Arcade Matt. It's facebook.com/arcademat, all one word, no underscore in that one.
Yeah.
So that's all my handles, and obviously YouTube, just Arcade Matt, or if you type in Matt3756, I'll still pop up under that as well.
Before I go, actually, I do want to mention real quick, the little mini mats that you see in my thumbnail too. How
you have one?
I don't. I was gonna get one. I got it. Are they still for sale?
I don't have any more.
Don't have any more. Make more.
I have one, but it's one for the only one that I have. So
Yeah,
they're super hard to.
How awesome is it that you were a little plushie?
Yeah, that was great. That's always something. That's something I've wanted for a long time. I would really like to make a mat 2.0, like with the arcade mat and rebranded. So
that's cool.
We'll see. I gotta see how if I can get in touch with like a manufacturer again. So
that's really cool. So yeah, from Coaster Maniacs to you guys, I appreciate all of you guys. I love all of you guys. Thanks for stopping by. I'm trying to pull up everything now. Everything's kind of... Don't know what's going on. YouTube being YouTube, I guess. Because I'm not going to be able to end this live stream right now.
No. Oh, you have to go back into the thing.
To the studio, yeah.
Yeah.
And for some reason...
I don't know why it does that.
I can't even get my Google to pop up.
Yeah, like, because if you end it in OBS, it doesn't do it, unless it's hooked a certain way.
Yeah, no, it's not. Like, I'm clicking on it, everything, and... Okay, now we're good. Alright, once again, guys, thanks for stopping by. Go follow Arcade Matt. Go follow this channel. And we will see you guys in the next video. Stop on by tomorrow night for some Jackbox party. I hope to see you there.
Alright, man. Thanks again for having me, and... good chatting with y'all.
Good chat with you. Have a great night, guys.